decision to allow additional aid into Gaza, labelling it a grave mistake that will benefit Hamas. Smotrich claimed that the aid would reach Hamas fighters and serve as logistical support for the enemy during wartime. His comments come ahead of Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's meeting in Washington with President Donald Trump, where they will discuss a US-backed 60-day ceasefire proposal. Despite Smotrich's criticism, Netanyahu's office has not commented on the matter. Public pressure is growing on Benjamin Netanyahu to secure a ceasefire. No members of his right-wing coalition, including Smotrich, are opposed to a full ceasefire without achieving military objectives. First, Ali, coming back to you, Smotrich's comments there talking about aid, saying that it is almost feeding the enemy, giving that aid that will then end up into the hands of Hamas. This is a concern that Israel have had throughout the conflict since the aid blockades have been put in place. But of course, the humanitarian situation on the ground that many experts say is horrific, with famine, starvation prevalent during displacement as well. Ali, I want your opinion specifically on what Smotrich has said and his comments. Do you think that is the case?
Joshua, Smotrich statement, it's really sarcastic, especially that this person, several of Western government imposed a sanction against him, and they consider him as a war criminal in Gaza, and they consider him as a violating the international law because he's supporting the Israeli settlement in West Bank, and according to United Nations Security Council, in their solution 26223, they are considered the Israelis settlement in West Bank. It's illegal, and this person who's supporting the settlement, and despite that, he considered to enter the humanitarian aid in previous method and the previous approach. He considered it as giving a breath for Hamas. But despite that, I guess Benjamin Smotrich, he's trying to flexing his muscle in Israeli community. Despite that, he's a failure because of, according to the last poll in Israel, he wouldn't be able to take any seat or any vacancy. He didn't able to take any seat in Knesset or in Israeli's parliament. So Smotrich, he knows that his political life is going to be ended, and he's trying disseminating a bubble on the board, and he's trying to manipulating Israelis community instead of talking about a humanitarian aid, and instead of criticizing the humanitarian aid, you should concern about the Israelis captive in Gaza. Should be concerned about the humanitarian situation in Gaza. Despite that, I guess Hamas has no rule to steal. According to Israeli's government, Hamas is stealing the humanitarian aid, and they are giving them a more power and giving Hamas a strengthened point in Gaza. But I guess Hamas has no ability to steal the humanitarian aid, and especially also we have witnessed the Gaza humanitarian function, the GHF, and how the several of people have been killed during gathering to take food and take some essential supplies to continue their life. So Smotrich is trying to make a chaos between the Palestinian and Israeli community, despite he has a low supporter in Israeli community. And I guess such kind of statement, it's representing how much the far right wing in Israel, they are more radical. And
yes, Ali. We're going to have to move on. Sorry to cut you off again. I would like to